Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson, your host, and I cannot wait to dive in with you today on all things social media and dating. I'm going to take you to the bar. So grab your favorite drink, doesn't matter if it's non-alcoholic or alcoholic, and join me because you and I are going to have a girls' night out and learn some really important nuances about dating, or shall I say, growing your business on social media. We'll be right back. All righty, cakes. I have to say I'm very excited about this episode. So let's dive in. And some of you might be like, the bar, what is she talking about? Okay, so a little backstory on me. I went to Baylor University, and when I was at Baylor, the whole thing was the rules. Read the rules. That's how you're going to catch your man. Never worked for me, but it was interesting read. Then after the rules, when I was in Austin as a single girl, the trend was to write yourself a dating resume. I remember like that was the whole write yourself a dating resume and a resume for the guy that you would want to look at your resume and go, I want to be with her. And while I'm not all sure about that, and that didn't work for me either, I do think that that scenario, not the rules, or maybe a little bit of the rules, but definitely the treating dating like a job interview can be bizarroed. And that's, we're going to bizarro it right now. And I want to show you how we should treat our network marketing business on social media like we did dating. The good ways. So let's break that down. Okay, I want you to go back. Think back to the times where every Friday and Saturday night you were hanging out. For me, it was down on 6th Street and then the warehouse house district. What did I learn from that? Well, a couple things. You're out with your girlfriends, right? You're hanging out. You're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have a good time. And you see a cute guy from across the room. You're like, hey, he's cute. All right, cool, cool, cool. He comes up to you, comes, and he's like, hi, do you want to get married? Just no, really. I want to ask you right now. If a guy came up to you when you're with your girlfriends at a bar, a stranger, and asked if you wanted to get married, what would you say in that moment? What would you think in that moment? What would your friends think? You'd probably be creeped out. You'd probably like, whoa, stranger, woo, clinger, oh, not okay, right? Okay. How does that apply? What does this have to do with your network marketing business? Because if we treated every social media platform like it's a bar. So like, what bar are you going to today? I'm going to the Instagram bar, or I call it IG bar. What bar are you going to today? I'm going to the Book of Faces. If you treated every social media platform like it was a bar and you were going out, I promise you that you would have a different set of decorum. You would treat people differently and you'd get a lot more traction. Everything that didn't work at the bar is not going to work on social media. So if a guy comes up to me and he's like, do you want to get married? And I've never met him, that's going to creep me out. I'm going to be creeped out. Why? Because that is way too soon. The bases weren't wrong, first base, second base, and I'm not talking about baseball, right? Those weren't wrong. It's steps. We've been taught those steps. That's what's natural to us. And so when it comes down to it, you're not looking for the one night stand, are you? No, you're looking for the longevity, but you can't get the longevity. You can't get the long term guy or girl acting like you want a one night stand. Apply this to your business. We'll break it down some more. Okay, do you go back to that time? And did you ever find like a group of guys would come up and you're like, you could just tell one was desperate. You could smell the desperation. Like, what's that? Oh, that's eau de desperation. Yeah, yeah, you can smell it. So why do you think that someone can't smell that on you? If your social media is all about your business, if it's all like buy, 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 or you're like, oh, I was trying to talk about this, but I'm really wanting to ask you about that. It's so obvious. And when someone's desperate and wants you too much, what happens? This is where the book comes in a little bit, like the hard to get thing. If someone is sitting there saying, take me, take me, take me, you're like, okay, I don't want you. I want the one that's a little more mysterious. This might bug the heck out of you, but go with me on this, okay? So you don't want to put all your goods out there. You want to have a little mystery. You want a little bit of surprise. And it also means that your goal, what's your goal at the bar? Your goal at the bar is to give someone their or get a phone number, right? Give or get a phone number. That's to have a date, to go further, not to get married in that moment. So if you think about social media, like your goal on social media is to get not the phone number, but the email address, get the contact information, then you're going to find a lot more success. And it also puts it all in perspective what you're doing, why you're doing it. Does that mean that when you post something on social media, someone's not gonna that it won't ever happen that like someone's like, "Oh, I wanna buy this," or "I wanna join you." Those things will happen, yes, but that is not your goal. Your goal is to get a date, and to get a date and to set a date, you need to get a phone number, so or an email address. So your goal on social media is to get the email address. That is your goal. That is your conversion. And then you have baby conversions throughout it. So when someone likes or comments, that's a baby conversion. You're starting that conversation. Maybe a date will happen a little bit later. Maybe you'll get the digits or the email address. Every time I say digits, think email address. Okay. Think about that when you're at the bar of social media. This is going to help you in spades. In spades. So that means that when you're posting or you're doing something, you're not like, buy me, have me, I am here. You are going to there's a normal possession or there's a normal step. If you're playing baseball, you cannot go from home base to home base. You can't just, I'm going to skip all the other bases. No, no. Even when you hit a home run, even when you meet someone like that's my person, you have to go around all the bases. So make sure you're going around all the bases. Get rid of any sentiment or script or whatever that tells you otherwise and do it where it feels right. And then ask yourself, wait a moment, Roxanne. Before I post this, before I send this DM, we're about to talk about DMs. Would this be, if this was in a bar scenario, would I be creeped out, or would I be like, oh yeah, I like this. This feels natural. Let's get to know each other a little bit more. If you'd be creeped out, stop being creeped out. I also want you to think about it like this. When you go to the bar, or back in our day, we went to the bar, we didn't go to the bar and go, I'm going to have a date, get on, I want to give a phone number to any guy who wants it. No, how many guys would ask you for your phone number and you wouldn't give it to them or you'd give them an excuse? Or how many guys, when they ask your name, be like, my fake name was Jackie. Did you have a code name? What's your name? If I said Jackie, then my girlfriend's new. I am not interested in this guy. I don't even want him to know my name. No, 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 no. So I want you to think about it that way as well, too. Okay. You are sifting through every person who gets on your social media and who's there. It does not mean that they're your person. How many of you get creepers on your social media? Obviously, yes, you do. Do you reach out to them and go, hey, no, you are funneling down. But even with the non-creepers, there might be someone who looks like your target market. Have you ever met someone at the bar and you're like, I thought he was a great guy? Then you go on another the first date and you're like, "Okay, he's not my guy," or the second or third, not my guy. Happy for him, have a good life, but not my guy. You need to stop thinking about social media like like you're a 12-year-old who just learned how to use Axe body spray. And by learned, I mean he sprays the whole can on himself. You need to treat it like you are sifting through looking for your people as well too. You're looking for the people you want to get married to, or shall I say, join you in business or have a client relationship with. You don't want everyone. We know that, right? We've covered that in the target market, but you are also sifting through. Your target market is going to come, and then you have to go, are you the target market? You look like it, but are you? Have you ever watched The Bachelor? Some of the people seem like great on the first date, and they're like, oh no, 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 not the person. Run, Bachelorette, run. Same thing. You've got to look at it and ask yourself, okay, is this my person? And so if you go directly to marriage on the first outing, you have no idea if you're your person. Use this as time to decide, because I want you to have a team of the people you want. Yes, you're going to get the extras. Yes, you're going to learn more and more about how to find the person that jives with you, but it is a give and take. It is a relationship. There's two that are tangoing there. Okay. Or Pitbull would say it takes three to tango, but that's a whole nother, I digress. So I want you to think about it that way. Now let's go to sliding in the DM. So you're out there. Yes, you're putting your best foot forward. You've got to, right? Because you are going at the bar. You don't come in looking disheveled and ridiculous. You put your best foot forward. But you also have learned, if you've been to the bar long enough, that the more you can be, the better. Yes, you want to put your best foot forward, but you don't want to give the fake because then you don't end up with the right person. So you can be yourself, putting your best self forward, but being real. The other thing, so you're doing that. You're not jumping to marriage. And that's also, let me give you another example, you're not doing the whole like, hi, nice to meet you. Do you want to have kids? That's the equivalent, right? For females, don't do that. That scares the guy away. Stage 5 clinger. You don't want to be that. You want someone, I think you want a team member who can stand on their own feet. Yes, you're going to be there to lead them and to help them, but they take the business seriously. They take the relationship seriously as well too. Okay? So remember that. Okay. You've got that. You're thinking you're at the bar. Okay. So now you meet someone and you guys are talking and it's feeling good and you talk a little bit and it's awesome, right? It's so great. And maybe at first you don't have the actual phone number or the digits. You've got some way to connect, maybe like maybe you see each other at the bar a couple times and you're like, this is getting a little bit better. Okay, this is good. And then you start sliding into the DMs. Yes. Right? That's when you're having one-on-one conversation, but you're not like an actual date. You get me? That sliding into DM conversation again needs to be about learning more about that person and sharing more about you and not join me in business, not buy my product. If they take it there, that's one thing, but you are not going to take it there. You're going to resist temptation. This means that even if you are 35 and you went to the gyno and she's told you that, or say OBGYN, sorry, and she told you that you were now, if you had a baby, your baby would be in a geriatric pregnancy. Have you ever heard that? Yeah, that's so fun when they tell you that. And so now you're like, my time is ticking. If I want to have kids, I've got to find that guy. It still means that you hold back on your feelings about the geriatric pregnancy that may be, and you get back to the basics of, even though my clock is ticking, I am looking for my ideal mate. So I'm not going to put my issues on him. Translation, I'm not going to put my issues of I've got to hit this goal, I've got to get this trip, I've got to get a volume for the end of the month on him. That's not his problem, not his monkey. He's there to get to know you. So you need to get to know that him or her in the sense of your business without putting your own constraints on, because she is going to get to know you on her time. Which also means that when you slide into her DM, she might read it and not respond. That is okay. That doesn't mean you respond again and again and again and again and again. That's stage 5 clinger. And it doesn't mean you're like, well, I've got to tell her about all my specials because I got a deadline. No, you don't do that. What's in it for her? Okay. All right. So you're sliding the DMs about getting to know her and giving her a value add. And a value add is not saying, I have a gift. I'm sorry, but do you ever think about that phrase? This isn't a gift. I'll never forget. I can see I can take myself and transport myself back to hearing what you have in this opportunity is a gift, and it's your duty to share this gift with the world. And I was like, I'm trying to be coachable, but that seems a little bit, I don't know about that one. That doesn't seem right, because it's not. It's a little bit dramatic. So don't sit there and say, I've got to give her this gift of letting her know about the business. No, you've got to get to know her and she's got to get to know you. And you guys have to get rapport with each other before anything else can happen. When it's right, through a lead gen or through the conversation, whatever it may be, you get her email address, you get her on your email list, and you start cultivating that conversation. And if you are in my trainings, during the nurture sequence, you'll ask her if she wants to have if she wants to hop on a chat. But you don't do that immediately and you don't do it. You resist the temptation. Now, I make it sound like when I was dating, I knew all the things. No, what I'm telling you right now is trial and error of dating right and dating poorly. Not that I ever asked a guy immediately if he wanted to have kids. That wasn't me. But I did. I surely made a lot of blunders when I was out there dating, but that's what you do. That's what you learn. You can skip a lot of your network marketing blunders for those who have not made them yet. If you think back to what dating was like, and think back to what you learned maybe through you or through a situation when you were dating or your girlfriends were dating and you're like, oh gosh, yeah, no, don't do that. Like, stop calling him. Don't drunk text him. Please don't drunk DM anyone. That you turn me in business. I'm so sorry. I was drunk last night trying to hit a goal, and so things happened. Don't do that. If you think back to dating, and if you're like Roxanne, it was so long ago that I was dating, or maybe I didn't do the bars. Did you do the coffee shop? Did you do the church youth group or church, not youth, but did you do the church young professionals groups? Or do you have kids who are going through right now? And you're like, oh my gosh, don't do that. Whatever relation you need to get so you can remember that moment or see that moment and really treat your social media like that, that is going to help you hop through a lot of the blunders. Now, what about people who've blundered before? Like me. Hi, I'm there, right there with you. That is okay. You can do better right now. You can do better right now. A question I get about this is do I go back and apologize to all those people that I did it wrong to? Like, hey, sorry that I was such a. It depends. I can't say yes or no. It's your business, but I will tell you it depends on the relationship. Is it worth it with that relationship? But I don't want you to stress or beat yourself up. Don't lash yourself because you were that girl. You're not that girl anymore. You are a CEO and you're a woman and you're not going to do that anymore. It's just that simple. So this means, and I hope this empowers you, if your upline, if you're the top person, whatever in the company is like, do this and here's the steps and this works. If it doesn't feel right to you because you know that if this same scenario would happen in the bar, you'd run, then you know to run, Forrest, run away. It is your business. Run away and do it in a way that doesn't make you smell like a 12-year-old with Axe body spray. If you don't know what that smells like, bless you. I hope you never do. Don't be that desperate person. Don't be that. And I'm telling you this because I've done it before. Don't do it. You will do much better treating it like you would while you were dating. Okay? Yeah? All right. So that's you. What if this was a dating situation? Would I do that? And if you wouldn't, you're gonna run. Run like the wind and conduct your business in a way where you would be proud. So that if someone asked, how did you guys meet? You'd be like, well, I chased them all around the social media in a really creepy way. And by Jove, I've got him. I've got her. No, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. But remember, this is me. Like, I'm a cautionary tale and I'm just trying to help you out. So I'm not judging you. You're right where you need to be, but I'm saying you can avoid the pitfalls that I've made. Capiche? Awesome sauce. I'm so excited for you because I know that this is going to be a turning point. Now, one other thing, and just a takeaway for you, I want to remind you, think about your social media with the goal of you want to get their email address. Yes, you want other things, but you got to start by getting their email address to find out if you want those other things. If you think about that as your goal and you work your funnels that way, oh, adios míos is going to help you so much. Okay. And it's not going to make every post dire like, she didn't buy my serums. It's okay. That wasn't the goal. If she did, awesome. That's an extra bonus. But if she didn't, that's okay. Your goal is to get her to the step of giving your email address. We're going to roll right into your mindset moment because I think the mindset moment really goes with what this bar analogy is. Couple things. Okay, when you're doing this and you're putting yourself out there, I don't know about you, but when I was out there dating, that messes with your brain. You don't want rejection. You want every guy to come up to you and want to be with you, and then you can discern. But that rejection, because sometimes the guy's gonna be like, I'm not interested. And the same thing is gonna happen with you with your network marketing business. It is a numbers game. Yes, I know, I get it in the sense of, in a way, numbers game in the sense of some are gonna say yes, some are gonna say no. You know that that's the case. But I want you, and my hope is that with this scenario, with you treating it like the bar, you don't go back to how you felt if you didn't feel confident at the bar. I want you to have the confidence at the bar because you know what you're looking for right now. You know your target market. It's not just, you're not looking just for anyone. You know your target market. And if you don't, go back and listen to the podcast episodes that talk about target market. I will put some links on the Roxtalks podcast page for this episode because I want you to be strong in that. The other thing is, and 2 weeks ago we talked about it too. The other thing is, I want you to then say to yourself, listen, Linda, what someone does at the bar of social media is not a reflection on me personally or even my business. If you're doing it this way and you know you're not being that creepy person that would creep you out, then have confidence in that. And and have those conversations, realizing it's not end all be all. You've got to let go of it. It's end all be all. So if they say no, something's wrong with me and I'll never have kids, I'll never grow a team. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're having the conversation and realize it's part of the funnel. If you think about it like a funnel, the funnel gets smaller, right? And then it's like really the good stuff is down there. Why does it get smaller? Because on one end, you're getting rid of things you don't want or people you don't want. And they are self-selecting, saying, I'm not your person. So that is okay. Anything that you would normally consider rejection, I want you to say to yourself, that is me getting closer to figuring out finding my actual people and not the people that would just distract me. Okay? Give yourself that freedom. Do it, do it, do it. And then for tech tip, I'm going to go back to, we're going to write in tech tip. My tech tip for you is, as you're doing this, is to make sure you're using your social media. Like, what the heck does that mean, Roxanne? How's that a tech tip? Well, here's my tech tip for you. If you're putting things out there and you're getting comments and likes and things, you got to reply back. I know. It's hard, Roxanne. I forget. I get it. But I want you to make sure and tell yourself at least once a week to go back and look at all of the messages you want to do on the daily, but go back and look at all the messages from the last week and see if someone creeped in after. Use your alerts on your phone. Turn on your social media alerts so you know when someone's responded. And then if there's some apps that you like that help you with that, use those as well too. I'm not going to give you a bunch of extra apps right now today. I'm just going to say, listen, turn on your notifications so you know when someone's commented so you can reply back. Okay, it's a thing. Listen, I have to catch myself as well too. So I'm just talking to you like I talk to myself. All right. And now we're going to right into behind the scenes. So right now I'm recording this. It is Memorial Day weekend, which, by the way, am I the only one that snuck up on? Like, I knew it's the end of May, but I felt like I had another week, and then it just came and it's here, and here we go. It's also day 68 for me of the lockdown. I did find out that I think California, we're in phase one, which, hey, for us to be in phase one, hey there, hey girl. I am looking forward to the day that we get back to normalcy, but it looks like we are doing a little bit of a road trip. Yeah. What? Road trip? Well, Arizona's open and somebody's hair is too long. Not mine, because mine could keep growing. I'd be fine with that. Or I'd buy it. But we're gonna make a road trip so that Scott can get a haircut. Did I just say that out loud? I did. I had mixed emotions about it, I'll tell you, because I'm just like, just grow your hair. It's fine. It's fine. But it's a thing for him. If you hair, one day I'll tell you the hair sagas because they just keep coming with him. So anyway, we're driving. The good news is I'm going to get to see my family, not hug them or anything. My parents, they're old. Not going to do that. But I am, they're just called my parents old. Love you, mom and dad. They're young, but they're old. And so, but I will get to see my sisters and even that, be just careful. Like I don't want to, yeah, yeah. So I'll see them. Looking forward to that. But I'll be in the car a lot. So what I'm deciding to do is do two things. I want to make sure that I'm being a good, not a backseat driver, but a good navigator. But basically, like, because I can sleep in a car like nobody's business. Like, you get me in a car. I don't know if my parents knew that when I was little. Maybe they did. You get me a car, I'm like, so I'm going to try and stay awake, but I'm also going to use this time to really just rejuvenate and ask myself, what do you want June to look like, Roxanne? And really hone in on that. And how can I best serve you all in June? So I'm looking forward to that. By the time you've listened to this, it's already June. So you're already in that motion. But I'm looking forward to that. And one thing that has really turned, then I should say my family, we do this once a week Zoom call Sunday nights. And our topic we're going to talk about today is what's one good thing that happened to you that wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the lockdown. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, I know mine already. Like, if I think about it, I've got a few, but here's one I want to share with you. Workshop Wednesdays. Workshop Wednesdays is something that I literally created because of the lockdown. I wanted to make sure you guys were in activity and you guys were doing the do and growing your business. And if you're locked down and you have more time, let's make that happen, right? And so I created Workshop Wednesdays, where every Wednesday at noonish we get into the mind, we get things done. So like that lead generator you're hoping to get done, we get it done. So the figure out how your content plan, we get it done. We get those things done. And it's grown into such a great community of network marketers from across different network marketing companies who've gone in, and not only you guys in action, and you guys are doing a lot. Like, yeah, it's so exciting. But also you're able to interact with people more in the way that I set up the calls and allow you to go into those breakout sessions and have that time together has been fantastic. So that started in April. I was going to do 5 sessions. 5 sessions, here we go. And then towards the end of April, I'm like, I think we need to keep it going because we're still in quarantine, teeny. And so we did. And now it's the end of May, and it's even bigger now than it was in April. I'm like, I've got to, I think, Roxanne, you got to keep doing this. And I made that decision a couple weeks ago, but then I've been getting people who've been messaging me saying, please don't stop this. We love it. We love it. We love it. So I'm going to keep it going. Now, when people start going back to work, I don't know how it's going to work because we do it at a noontime thing. But for now, I'm going to keep it going and really find those discrete things that you need to get done, but you're been putting off for whatever reason, get you in action and get you motivated because of the time, the bonds people are having with each other because of it. Fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. And that is one of the major things. And I also look forward to it. And I know what day it is. It's Wednesday time. We're getting in motion for Workshop Wednesdays. Has been fantastic. So yes, there'll be more Workshop Wednesdays in the month of June. We're going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it going until people don't want it anymore. I think that makes sense, right? So that's what I'm going to do, and just keep serving you in that fantastic way. That's all I have for you. So I want to remind you, you're not ahead, you're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. Thank you for letting me be with you, even if it's at the bar. I'll go with you to the bar. I'll be your wing woman. And I can't wait to see you next week. If there's something that you loved about this episode, will you please let me know? Either screenshot it and tag me at Roxtalks on Instagram. I want to highlight you on my story as well. And thank you for listening. Email me at roxanne@roxannewilson.com and share this with someone else who needs to hear it. You guys are out, and I'll see you next week. Bye.